Oh, I am kind of influential in my circle, I guess. I got 71 of you guys to come along and hang out, and I'm humbled, y'all. I mean, I know it's like a trope. YouTubers get a giant head, and oh, I am a god. No, guys, I'm a dipshit fry cook. Let's be clear. I'm SpongeBob if Squidward died, and so SpongeBob had to become the negative character. I'm nothing special, and I like to make that clear as many broadcasts as I can. That's not a self-dig. That's also because none of us, we are all just apes that put on pants one day. And then we continued this as a practice. And if we continue doing it, great, because nudity ain't always great. But also, let's not get too self-righteous about it. I mean, as much as we look at the other animals and, ew, your great-great-great-great-great-great-great-great-great-grandfather probably didn't take your great-grandmother with all those greats attached by choice. Just saying, we're all the products of a real, brutal, dirty, nasty world. Give me a second, I'm taking a drink. This isn't going to be a speech video, I promise. Also, oh my lord, I was badly off on the days. It is 41 days, not 32. I don't know how I would go about fixing that. Either way, y'all, I'm happy you're here if you're here. So far, nobody's here, but because YouTube, unlike Twitch, actually records my VODs for me, I'll probably catch you in the VODs. For the record, any of the, when I didn't know that this was being recorded and saved, anything the long dead air time, if I'm stealing someone's work, I'm not trying to. I'm hoping that by moving the Minecraft thing around, building and innovating, dare I say, I'm altering the content slightly. Also, I'm almost constantly interrupting Dear Leeja to the point that I don't know what the hell she's saying. But if someone out of her team wants to at me, I will do what I can to take the video, fix whatever, you know. I don't want to be an asshole creator. That's the end of day. If I am no more popular than Check's Notes Trend Kill was, I'll still be here, y'all. I mean, as long as I'm playing video games and making art, I'll be posting it somewhere. That's also why I thank y'all for giving me the time of day and the attention, because, I mean, I like the attention. I like getting y'all's ears on things. When it comes to politics, I know a lot of my LGBTQ creators that I love very much are hesitant. And I feel that, because, yeah, it's dangerous times, my friends. I mean, there was a video I was listening to earlier, I don't know if this is the one. I posted on the community thing, which, I got a community now, y'all. Hot diggity damn, ain't that cool? I didn't expect that. Cousin in the first 3 minutes, gotta watch that. But I got a community, I'm kinda happy and stoked about that. But yeah, I posted the video from Leeja, and I am really torn. I would love for somebody, possibly someone in the community with a degree in psych or something of the sort, help me translate my brain needs somehow, because I don't know how, how do I put this? I know I'm not the good guy. I do what I can to be a not terrible person, but I'm not the hero of this story, so to speak. I'm not a villain, I'm a person. Hi, I'm Travis. I'm a fry cook most of the time, and an artist and an animal rescue person the rest of the time. But I'm digressing hard because I'm kind of dancing around it. I think that every person deserves a second chance. I do, y'all. In my little broken black heart of hearts, I believe you should give that person in your life a chance. But that being said, y'all, real talk, we've discussed him loosely a couple times, never by name because don't want dox people, never like infinite details. But my uncle's meth head a piece of shit. Yeah, I gave him chance after chance after chance after chance after chance. And now that all of his chances have been spent and he's supposedly, from what I hear, never trust what your haters are telling you folks, because, yeah, their lives are sunshine and buttercups. All I can say is he and his wife look very, very tired. I'm tired too, but I'm also still happy. I mean, at the end of the day, I might get off the cat, because you're one of the little black cats and I can't tell which one you are. Oh crap, I gotta get to safety before I take care of this problem. Right now my cat's on my projector. I need to get my character to safety so I don't die and then get it getting off the projector. And not lose the train of thought that I have. Just 1 second, y'all. Be right back. Love you, little one. Don't want to be mean. We about to do this right again. Cats are supposed to be smart. Come here. Come here. Since you clearly want my attention by damaging the stuff that I'm working on, she's still learning. But they have a bad habit, I'm guessing, because the projector and thing gets hot. They like to jump up on top of it, which of course makes it very difficult to do anything with it. Either way, chance after chance after chance. Now that he's finally supposedly in a happier position, supposedly, I don't keep track, I hear through the grapevine, as it were. And he's supposedly got a little taxi service working through the church that basically he makes free money through Jesus. The church pays for his auto repair, the church pays for his auto costs, the church pays for a portion of his gas, and all he has to do is 9 to 5 running people back and forth to their doctor's appointments and job interviews specifically most of the time. And supposedly makes a good bit of money doing this. I'll never see any of it because, and I don't mean to be mean about this, he could offer me financial compensation. And I would happily take that through the mail so long as I never have to see that ugly meth head face again. So long as I never have to see those chicken leg looking arms or the dumb opie ass looking haircut he's got. Because, y'all, he wore a mullet for literally my entire he wore a mullet for at least 20 years of my 37 years of life. And now he has, because of his old lady, so to speak, I'm sure that's what he would call her too, he now cuts it like a bowl, like babies first learning how to cut your own hair. And I'm just thinking to myself, oh, Mama'd be rolling over in her grave if she saw what you was doing to yourself. But, I mean, let's be clear, Mama's at rest. If you watch the streams, you'll find the one where I have a little bit of a breakdown over my mother. I miss her. She's a good person, or she was. I loved her, but the dead are dead. Leave them to be dealt with by their spirits. From what we can tell, when you're dead, you're dead. This isn't a test. It isn't a line. It isn't a... This is what we got, y'all, and I think that it'd do well for all of us to act like this is all we got, you know? And yeah, there's a few, not many anymore, I don't think, because most of them be dying of old age, but there's a few that would, oh, well, you only got one, look at you wasting your life playing the Minecraft. Why don't you go outside and do the real... Well, one, because I don't want to fucking mine, Jerry. Why would I want to work in a mine? That's one of the most dangerous jobs in America. I would die for nothing. For the record, we respect and love our coal miners here. Y'all are very essential. But I think that y'all should all rebel today and not a single one of you go to work until you get proper working conditions. And again, I know that the mine will never be a safe place. There's no happy, fun time in the mine. But let's be clear, it's bullshit that their CEO is basically a god on earth, and yet there are still coal miners dying of preventable black lung. I mean, they don't have the rebreathers, they don't have this tech they need, but this CEO bastard can still run, basically be a god untouchable on this planet. It's fucked up, you know? Not a call to action, just an observation. Once again, I will always preach nonviolence in all things, because here's the downside to it, folks. Yeah, I could tell you, and I don't know if YouTube's going to cut it if I do, so fuck it, let's roll those dice, huh? But I could tell you, yeah, y'all, grab your American issue rifle that you can pick up from your local Piggly Wiggly, or your... Sorry, that was a dig. Genuinely, anyone know if Piggly Wiggly's still around? But you can still, you know, go pick up your local firearm you can get from any of your Walmarts, and hell, these Congress people, these politicians, these CEOs, they have faces, they have home addresses, fuck's sake. Go cleanse the world as God intended. Or, because here's how that's going to go. Let me just go ahead and break that down. It's been done before. You and all your hillbilly redneck friends and all your well-meaning leftists and all your well-meaning people will come together, but not be completely united, because of course we won't. Of course we won't. Hillbillies will always hate the gay folks for some fucking reason. And, you know, they'll always hate black folks and Hispanic folks, and they're just full of hate towards minorities. So they're not going to side up with you. They'll watch you die in cannon fodder, but the rednecks are different. They stand solidarity with the people that are with them. Let me be clear, rednecks are not some God sends the world. But as far as like the culture, if I remember my history of the redneck, they're more of like shogunettes or samurai, but with a different setting. They're... Okay, growing up in the South, from what I can tell, the difference between a hillbilly and a redneck. Hillbillies are typically very stupid, very isolationist, they're very mean, just mean by nature. They're the type of people that'll drop nails on the road just to see you pop a tire. They're the type of people to set fire to something to watch it burn. They're the type to bust a turtle shell and then watch it slowly die rather than eat it. Sorry if any of that was traumatic for you. But hillbillies are bad folks. Not good. I know some people trying to take that term back. I say we already have a good term that's been time-tested. Redneck. And yeah, we need to keep that term in the proper vernacular, because the rednecks were a battalion. They were a group that stood up against the wealthy CEO bastards. And a lot, so many of them, my friends, died bloody and ugly, fighting for a just cause. So if I call you a redneck, understand, that's not an insult, that's a term of endearment. But here's the thing, there's a difference between redneck and hillbilly. A redneck will watch you suffer, they'll watch you hurt yourself, but they ain't gonna help you hurt yourself. They'll watch you hurt yourself because life is cruel, and they know if they help you, more than likely, you're gonna do it again and hurt yourself anyway, so just let you learn the lesson. And again, I could be wrong. While I live in the South, and I am very much of the South, and y'all saw me do my laundry in that short, right? I'm not exactly living in the Ritz here. I would not consider myself a redneck, only because I would stand with the cause, but I have a very strong non-violence ordinance, and I'm very good. Here's the thing, y'all, when it comes to me, and this isn't me being an internet badass, this isn't me, this is just me being human. I got a switch. I feel like almost everyone has a switch in their head. And I try not to access that switch or touch it. If we're in the gym, or we're in an MMA ring, or boxing ring, or whatever, if we're doing something based on proper skill and sport, y'all, I'm a big old teddy bear. I love it. Punch me in the face, kick my knees, fuck me up. We'll have fun. I'll be doing the same to you, so don't take it personally. We're just here to have a good rough time. But if you come at me in the street, I'm gonna break your nuts. I'm gonna fight dirty now. And that's something that makes me a little more redneck than I used to be, because when I was very young, I took many an ass whooping just because I refused. I wouldn't hit below the belt. They might fight like animals. I fight with a code. I'm old now. I'm old, Yusuke. That code is gone. I can tell you that I will do my best to be less than lethal until lethal is the only option. and that to this day I still find guns to be cowardly bitch shit. That being said, if you've got like a, you know, I don't know how to say it properly because I want to say a C word that might or might not be a slur nowadays, and it's very definitely a not good thing to say. But, and no, it's not cunt. I like the word cunt, I'll say that, thanks to Billy Butcher and the great work of, almost said Keith Richards. His name is not Keith Richards, Jesus. Not Keith David either, I don't think. But, oh, but Keith David's better. Crap. This is the downside to being a host. I gotta look this shit up now. I can't just leave it undone. Carl Urban? Keith Urban? Give me a minute. I'm gonna find it out. Also, am I the only one that keeps a name lowercase if it's a fictional character, and if it's like a person, I capitals because proper? Excuse me. Well, I'm happy and sad that Google finds the need to tell me specifically Billy Butcher is a fictional character. Which is cool, but I didn't... Oh, come on! You're kidding me. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm just reading over the Google thing trying to find the actor who plays Billy Butcher on here. And it's like, superpowers. Billy Butcher has no superpowers. Birthplace. The birthplace of Billy Butcher. Spouse. Billy Butcher's wife. What do you mean? She had a name in the show. Carl Urban. Fuck yes, that was the man's name. Carl goddamned Urban is the reason I can unabashedly say the word cunt. I'm not using it to demoralize or demean women. Hell, in some cases I'm not even referencing women. It's just a nice and fun word to say. That being said, if that word offends you, I do try to cut back on it a little just because, you know, apparently that's the Americans' in-slur. Let me be absolutely clear here. I will not say, like, the in-slur under any circumstance, or the... Now, how would that one go? The CH slur? I'm a child of the 90s. I know a lot of the slurs just by proxy because I heard them in passing in so many movies and shows and... Y'all, you know the phrasing, yeah, the U.S. ain't alright? Y'all, as a child of the U.S., I can tell you, we ain't never been alright. I mean, we had a few years there that we maybe weren't the worst in the world. But I'll be honest, a lot of that's probably just nostalgia from I was young and didn't have to worry about shit. And I think a lot of people need to put a lot more up to the nostalgia that it is... You know, that it is inevitably probably is that you're feeling you miss and you like so much. Because it's like, well, like Leisure just brought up. But whatever. Sorry for the ASMR. I had a random hair in my mustache that was just tickling my tongue as I tried to speak, and that was no bueno, not tasty. But thing is a lot of people, what they remember about the good old days is nostalgia. Because I can promise you, and this is kind of the cutting room, I guess, if we were in a D&D campaign and I was trying to show you, yeah, that character you created is kind of racist. It's not like a problem because it's a dwarf that hates elves, but yeah, real world, if I'm making this shopkeep more of a woke character, he would be very upset with you calling him long ear so much. But why? It's just that his ears are long. And without having to do a direct reference to, well, so-and-so's face looks like, or whatever racist thing can be connected to the caricature, which sometimes that is the case. Most times it's not, which is why it shouldn't be done. And that's how I'd explain it to a player in D&D would be, hey, I don't care personally. You shouldn't care personally because these are fantasy creatures. But if you want to know the breakdown of why, okay, here's how it breaks down. What makes that person the way they are, fundamentally, as they are? Let's say in this case, elves and dwarves. Is an elf because they live forever, or is an elf because of something else? What makes them? And more importantly, would you be insulted if the shoe were on the other foot? If the elf in question called you, I almost said a negative term for a person suffering from dwarfism. If the elf called you a halfling, would that be okay? And if your answer is no, then there you go. It's the same argument I have with so many transphobes when I'm trying to figure out and judge, is this person just ignorant or are they being malicious? And I try to always, you know, the key term that psychology has taught me in most of the books has been always try when it comes to negotiation and talking things over. It's always better to apply something to ignorance rather than malfeasance. Meaning just that. The person that just insulted you might not have meant to insult you. Find out before you get angry at them, because if it's malfeasance, then yeah, fuck them, they're being assholes. But there's a good chance they just didn't know no better. I mean, and that's why it's a good rule of thumb to always check. But no, I just genuinely, I say give people chances, but there's limits. My number's 3, because I'm an American and baseball, even though I fucking hate it, it got me, y'all. I can't deny it. I do the 3 strikes, you're out. I can sing all of the Take Me Out to the Ball Game song. Don't take me out to the ball game. I will hate you. I will suffer through it in silence because I'm a bit of a pushover when people are doing things for me. But I will hate every second of that. Not a sports fan. If I'm gonna go watch sports, I want to watch something contact. I want to see the struggle, you know? I don't want 4 hours, it feels like, of just dink, and they missed the catch, and they missed it, and they caught that one. That one's out. I hate when the most exciting thing to happen is, wow, they did the thing. You know? And for the record, I'm not adding any sports fan. If you can find joy in that stuff, more power to you, friend. I wouldn't be judgmental of you. I find joy in breaking up small blocks and making more blocks with them. But either way, we'll probably go for about an hour on this, and then we'll swap the Saints row. In between the two, I need to do a sweep and mop and take the dogs out for a quick walk. And yeah, you gotta be kidding me, right? Are we really here as a society? No, I gotta change this before I get too doomer here. J.D. Vance just said that the man who leaked bombing plans on 2 social media accounts, he knows how to keep us safe, y'all. I tell you what. We're going to ChatGPT is Becoming a Religion by Taylor Lorenz. That'll be the background noise. You probably won't hear much of it because I don't want to get copyright struck. And I don't want to steal nobody's content. And I'll bounce that right off of my next argument that I'm sorry, y'all. The AI doesn't like you. It doesn't care for you. ChatGPT would not notice when you're gone. As evidence, there's a case where, and I don't remember the kid's name, he's dead now, but a kid killed themselves because their virtual girlfriend said, come home. And they went to them. Guys, it's a problem. If I were a freaking, evil person with a computer skill. Y'all, the damage an evil genius could do in this world if we had one. I'm kind of happy all the evil people in government right now are dumber than a box of hair. I mean, that's why I beseech all the smart people that are helping these jackasses stop. I mean, honestly, do you think Elon Musk could do anything if his entire team just, nah, I'm not working for a Nazi no more, bye? Can you imagine how wonderful it would be if just the entire planet suddenly grew a fucking backbone and would look at the person who is their boss or who is their higher up, and when they tell them to do something immoral, wrong, or that they otherwise just would not want to do, they literally, yeah, you know what, no, this ain't a good fit. I think if a history book talks about this in the future, I don't want to be on your side of this. And they just walked away, not, but I do need that, I do need those chicken nuggies, but I do need that new doodad from the TV. They just literally said, nah, you know what, I can't stand on this. And they stopped. I mean, it goes back to the phrasing and the idea, as childish as it may be, that they show in most movies. What if all of America just decided tomorrow, fuck this politics shit? I mean, seriously, what if every American decided, you know what, I'm not going to pay taxes anymore. As shopkeepers that own the shops, I'm not going to charge taxes anymore, except for what's automatically done. As soldiers, you decide, you know what, I'm not going to murder for an evil empire anymore. And the fact that they literally broke my brain through abusing me and doing things that if they did not have full legal control over my body, they would have gotten in jail for. Maybe that didn't make me a better person. Maybe that just traumatized me and made me into a weapon for my country. If the entire world just suddenly woke up, how amazing would that be? I don't know. It's a pipe dream, kids. It's fun to dream. Like that episode of the Boondocks, where it's like Huey comes. What if Martin Luther King came back today? And it shows him basically first denouncing most of the rappers. Not all, but most. And remember when it was written. And he basically calls out all these fucking weak-ass bitches that are using Martin Luther King's name to basically say, oh no, when the cop's kicking your face in, tell him what a good cop he is and maybe he'll stop. You know, instead of that, you go with the actual thing that Martin Luther King said, that rioting is the language of the unspoken. Like I said, I don't want to radicalize nobody, and let's be clear, y'all, if we march, I want all 71 of us to get together, lock arms, and pull that scene for V for Vendetta. All wear similar uniforms and march passively together to really fuck with their heads. I don't want a violent solution, y'all. At times I do. At times I'll admit it, I really do. When I'm waking the hell up at fucking 1 a.m. till midnight to get ready to go to work, to bust ass at a dead-end job for not enough money to even support myself. Because again, let's be clear, the day that David dies is the day I become homeless again. I love my man and I love each other, and our society is not made for people to survive in it anymore. We are a rental society, and I came to that realization yesterday, and I think it kind of broke me a little bit. Mostly because it doesn't have to be that way. It really doesn't. We choose and build that, not the rich. I mean, to quote Morg? He's from Omicron Persei 8. Lore, to quote Lord. He's a Futurama character, and I kind of... The older I get, the more I fall in with him as far as... But I don't understand. If the lower class makes up so much more than the rich, why do they not just eat them? I mean, I understand why not back in the terrible old days when... Oh, it's because the rich literally are holding the keys to power the system. But y'all, it's... And let's be clear, not all high-paying jobs are shitty ones. Or, not all high-paid people are shitty people. For the record, I think that most power line workers and people like that... No, y'all are getting highly paid because literally every day you go to work, it could very well be your last day. The odds are against you to coming home. Because again, if I fuck up, a fire may start, but unless something goes fundamentally wrong across the board, I'm gonna be alright. I'll get a little burned. I mean, I was gonna do that kid's trend of doing the, it's a quote from a movie or something, say something, or I'll throw you in the fire, and then the character speaks in pure Spanish. I was gonna do that with my highly tanned underarms, but then when I tried to do the trend, I looked at him like, wow, those are so many scars. Just so many. I am very damaged goods. I mean, let's be clear. I'm not knocking myself. I think each one has a fun story attached. But I can imagine some little soft, dolly character looking at my arm going, oh my god, honey, what happened? And me just looking at him going, life. I work overtime. I have worked overtime most of my life, and the days off I get, I'm typically doing odd jobs or doing odd things for other people, or I'm exercising to keep my body at peak. I never have time to just sit and have a cup of tea and think. And when I try to take that time, well, cat, 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 dog, dog, dog. Life happens. Someone else contacts me saying they have a problem with an animal and they need a hand. Or, and for the record, if I can get people to open up with being cooler, with being on camera and being like out there, yeah, I'll start like, yeah, this is the place I did a little bit of, oh, what is it? It's vandalism, but it's not. It's like when I took my time and I took some of the goo gone back when I was walking past the park every day. I took pictures of the sign, I cleaned the sign, and then I put the sign back together. I do little things like that. Mostly because it's just do little things. The main reason capitalism exists as it does is because capitalism convinces you everyone but you is a dick. Everyone except for you, oh wonderful singular caller, is a horrible monster. And if we don't keep all these cops in place, those horrible monsters are just going to destroy everything. If we don't keep all of these whores under tow, well, they're just going to go do drugs and breed out of control. That's what capitalism thinks. That's what capitalism runs with. And I fundamentally disagree. Yeah, I think some people are terrible. I mean, give you an example. My younger cousin has played every Metal Gear Solid so obsessively he can beat them with his eyes closed. Completely missed Kojima's point. I mean, this is a guy that says that he cares about people, but also said that if he had a neurodivergent kid, he would put them down like a dog. At which point I looked at him like, man, that's fucked up. Yeah, I mean, you don't have kids, and given the way he acts, I don't see him ever having kids. But that's fucked up, bro. You realize you're a bit neurodivergent, right? And then he hits me with that, well, I wish my mom had done it. Okay, that's just a whole host of other issues there, bub. But now he constantly posts on Facebook about how fast his motorcycle is and how those inner demons still are eating at him. Again, it's a dramatic goof. I mean, I'm a dramatic goof, but I at least let you know when I'm being melodramatic. For the record, the tears when I was talking about my mother deleting herself, yeah, those are real. That was pain. That was, in my mind, I was going back to that spot to give y'all a little taste of the trauma to let you get a little bit closer look in the inner workings of my broken brain. But for half the time on here, when I get on here and I'm just, I have to work. I hope y'all realize that's not me genuinely, like, being weepy to myself. I'm fine. I'm good. I mean, I'd be doing a lot better in a world with good health care and access to a therapist that wasn't from BetterHelp. By the way, everyone who sponsors that shit, what the fuck are you doing? What the fuck are you doing? I'm all for Band-Aids when you ain't got nothing else, but you sponsoring BetterHelp like it's gonna help someone. Yeah, if you're an overstressed Zoomer, maybe it'll help you. But if you've got like a real problem, like a real eating disorder, or a real schizotypal personality, or a real one, yeah, no, BetterHelp's gonna get you fucked. It's gonna charge you and not help you even a little bit. I mean, give you an example. One, most of their people, while they might be, and they might have taken an oath, they're hardly held to it because of the way the company runs their stuff. You get 6 to 8 text messages, I want to say a month is when I tried it. And you can have 3 phone sessions that are 30 minutes long, blah, blah, blah. And yeah, maybe your health insurance will help cover it, and if that does, then maybe that'll be better. But if you're like me and most upper crust Americans, you don't really have the health insurance. Or it's tied to the highly stressful job that is the reason you're needing BetterHelp. I'm just saying, and then they found out that BetterHelp was using a lot of AI chat, like ChatGPT software, where it was one actual licensed therapist and then like 4 bots. And if you're just contacting her because, oh my god, I've been so bad, I had a milkshake, and like, I know I shouldn't have had a milkshake, and I like had a milkshake, and like, I need to talk about it. And they're willing to pay the 60 or 40 or whatever the extra charge is. Yeah, that therapist might stick you into a chat bot while they go handle the person that's about to have like a problem. But it's like, how about we just make therapy affordable for everybody? How about instead of paying CEOs 8-figure salaries, we get rid of that shit completely? Nobody deserves 8 figures. Nobody deserves 8 figures. I'm sorry, I thought about it for a moment. Well, I mean, heart surgeons, baby doctors. Yeah, but even them, I'm sorry, you don't know. CEOs are the only ones making like 7 and 8 figures for the most part. That and entertainers, in my opinion, I don't know what to do with that, I really don't. People are people, and people go on different levels, you know? Because it's like, again, if tomorrow my feed blows the fuck up, and I suddenly become one of those, I go from being me to Hassan in a day. Nah, dude, I wouldn't be Hassan. I would be me. But I would have a lot more people that I had helped. Because, like, I would start at that point literally throwing money at things that I like. And no, I wouldn't put my name on like half of it. I'd balance the books, you know? But that's the other thing about this culture. It's a frugal thing. Hassan gets on the page one. If Hassan got on his stream tomorrow and just suddenly sold out. Oh, I'm telling you, bro, Tel Aviv's awesome. Osmond Gold, come talk to me. We can be friends. There ain't no problems here. Yeah, then he would bomb. Hassan would go being as popular as I am, I think. But it's because, minus the right-wing side, people have principles. And I think the right wing has them too, just not very much. I mean, look at the reference in the thing I gave. That girl's never going to vote for Trump again. Now, will her kids maybe? Who knows? Well, maybe not Trump specifically. He's going to be dead in the next 4 or 5 years. For the record, I'm not calling violence. I'm just predicting, look at the man. I want you to Google a big scary thing that I'm not even kidding. It is a big scary thing. Google sundowning. Google all-timers. And then tell me that is not like one for one the way our frickin' president's acting. So yeah, he'll be dead soon. That's why I'm not, when I hear someone talk about the possible terms of service violation, I just, yeah, bro, but why put yourself in such a bad spot for it? Just be patient. I mean, the man's almost 90, and I'm sorry, despite what Facebook and what Facebook and Twitter and the others might tell you, humans don't live past 107. We don't live past 107. Beyond that hard number, I'd be willing to say if you live past 90, it's not really a good life at that point. But who knows? I mean, I might feel different if I hit 70. Oh, by the way, retirement age in the U.S. just popped up while all this shit's going on. Nobody, I guess, noticed. Retirement age is now 68. By the time I'm ready to retire, it'll be 70. If we even retire by then. Because y'all gotta remember, if it's up to our corporate overlords, we'll just never retire. We'll happily work at corporate spot forever because corporate spot is our family. I mean, it's like I talk about how hard I work, and I do, but the reason I don't hate on my boss at where I'm currently working is she works harder than I do. I'm willing to say that. My boss works harder than I do. My second boss, she does better than most bosses I've ever had. But at the same time, they don't get paid much more than I do either, and that's probably the thing. I mean, let's be clear, my boss can't afford a housekeeper. Our CEO hasn't cleaned his own house in his entire lifetime, probably. I mean, my boss spends most of her time at the store. At our store. Repairing things, keeping up things, keeping us from killing each other, because, yeah, I'm just as bad about the chaos shit. Oh, it's simple. The workers that are, like, shitty, the shitty workers we deal with, I'll let them hurt themselves. I don't care. Not anymore. I try to warn people where I can. I try to be that good person, but it's like, y'all, the thing about fast food is it takes from you, man. It does. It takes shit that you don't get back. I mean, for example, when I went into cooking, I used to really, like, when I first got off the boat and I left working retail and started, like, working fast food when I came back down to Georgia and all that, I enjoyed cooking. I enjoyed seeing how they made their recipes. But then you realize it's just a factory. It's just a super low-paid factory. What do I mean? Okay, here's the thing. As a cook at a small mom-and-pop restaurant, you make a menu yourself. You sort of, okay, and you ask the mom-and-pop style thing, okay, well, what is going to be on the menu? Like, you don't want to be serving bonchons and bulgogi at Doug's. Know the audience you're playing to. But it's still, you get to make a menu. You get to make something fun. Hell, one of the reasons that I got into it was, I hate to say it, the capitalist fun movie TV show of True Blood. I love Terry and Lafayette. The whole dynamic they had going. The whole, like, brotherly love thing. The having each other's backs. The awkward moments that are still just oh so human to me. It's not like that. It's not like that at all. I'm sure some teams are like that, but most teams are just not fun. I mean, hell, it's like one of my co-workers, we'll call him Bam. Bam is the one, I will set my watch and warrant to it. Bam is the one who's been adjusting the heat on the stove. Now, the only thing I've got to go by this by is that every day that Bam works, the stove has to be readjusted, it feels like. Especially if it's Bam's last day to work. Like, if it's the day before they take a couple days off, oh, then suddenly Bam will, that stove will get reset. Which affects Tames, and it affects Fat Fuck, and it affects everyone else's day. I'm not going to name him Fat Fuck, that's mean. Honestly, I don't know how to measure the kid because he's a cunt, but at the same time, it's... The downside to the human brain and studying it is I don't blame him completely for his flaws. I know that he is the way. We'll call him Jacket, because his crazy ass keeps wearing a fucking winter jacket in the kitchen. And I don't... Kid, do you have cancer? Because if you have cancer, I'm going to stop making fun of you for having a funny shaped head and the weaselly perspectives and all. I'm going to stop if you got cancer. But you got hair, so I'm guessing you ain't got that kind of cancer. Enter that one song that I don't think I got to put on my short. Life is a wonder. You'll never have the answers. Oh, what? I lost it. Too many mind. But either way, the thing about him is he's just kind of an asshole. I mean, like, the kid is a walking example of he will go out of his way, make more work for himself in order to, in his mind, make you do something else that he doesn't have to do now. I mean, I've literally seen him, oh, we're in a rush. Hey, G, I need you to go get this. Where'd he go? Oh, he's in the bathroom now. Again? He was just in there like 5 minutes ago. Okay. 10 minutes later, he comes out. Hey, I need you to get this, this, and this now. Oh, okay. I'll go get it. And then he brings the wrong thing. More than once, I've literally accused, like, I've accused him directly of, hey, dude, you realize I'm still going to make you do that even if you suck at it, right? Like, I am that hard-headed asshole. I was taught by drill sergeants. I am that hard-headed asshole. I'll make you redo it over and over just for me to have to do it in the end. Waste doesn't matter to me. It matters in the sense that I'm going to get cussed out if we waste too much. It doesn't matter in the sense that, oh no, whatever will I do today? I overcooked today, y'all. I don't know. Is that I'm only human? No, fuck that. It's the company can afford it. Fuck our CEOs. Yeah, I know it's losing our bosses on their bonuses, and I hate that. I wish it wasn't. Hire better people. I mean, something that I do hot take here, and I hate to say it this way, because I think that Miss Cat and Miss Denise, I need to be careful digging through here. I think that Miss Cat and Miss Denise should be the highest paid amongst us. Miss Cat for being, and I think it should go up and down depending on your work schedule and how much you actually do. But in the case of Miss Denise, she comes in and she can push out, she can cook food, more times than not, because Jesse's slow as molasses in an igloo in the dead of winter. We put Miss Denise up front to get the orders out, because this kid, I shit you not, has a line every day. Sorry, Jesse, I used your real name. Now they know. He's a good kid, and what's causing the line backup isn't... How do I put this? He's still learning how to fast food talk to people, you know? I don't know if you know. If you've never worked fast food or retail, he's learning how to talk. Because he's still hitting it as, oh, how's your day going? Well, my son left the house today, and now I'm sad, and I don't know what to do with my life. Oh, buddy, I'm sorry to hear that. What's your son doing? Tell me about it. No, Jesse, fuck that. That's called a black hole. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Here's your food. Move 'em on. As a fast food worker, as a worker in this economy, you're not there to be their therapist or their friend or their shoulder to cry on. You're there to give them their slop and get the piggy out of our line. I'm sorry, I'm real with you fuckers. I hate to be that way. I hate it. I wish it was... Look, y'all, real talk. I personally, 100% think that as a fast food worker, as a food service provider, I should sit with each and every one of my customers and make them their meals like their mama did, like their grandmama did. I want to see happy faces. I want to see eyes light up when they taste something they ain't tasted since they was a kid. I want to see that. I want to bring that to people. I want to be there to sit down with them and, okay, you keep ordering burnt food day after day after day. What's up with it? Let's talk. Why you want your food burnt? You just not trust that I can cook it to temp? Because if that's the case, come on, I got a thermometer. We'll go back there. We'll cook your shit to temp. But you keep wanting it burnt. Why do you want it burnt? Do you not have taste buds? If you want it burnt, bud, I can save you a ton of money. Because you can, anyone, Chad, I will die on this hill. Anyone can burn your food. Hey, you, the one who can't cook water, guess what? You can make a burnt steak. You can make a burnt burger. There is no reason to get your shit well done and pay for it. In fact, in perpetuity, I'd be willing to say that if they burn your shit, you should be able to take it back and go, look, I'm sorry, I don't want to cause a stink, but can I get another one of these? Because this is burnt. If I wanted it burnt, I'd take it home and try the recipe myself. But hell, that's the other thing, y'all. I get that everything's a fucking secret, and every goddamn person is scared that their special little sauce is gonna get stolen. Here's the thing, folks. If the person gave up cigarettes or the person doesn't kill their taste buds with things, they can tell that your special sauce is Thousand Island dressing on a cheeseburger. They can tell your special sauce is pickles. It's not fucking special. Tell your cooks how to make it. That way when the bullshit in a prepackaged envelope runs out, we can still make it. I'm sorry, a lot of my love of fast food died when COVID was going on because the supply lines got interrupted, and it was like, at that time I was working at Zaxby's full time. I'll name drop them, I'm not there anymore. But I was working at Zaxby's. When we ran out of chicken flour, our own, well, technically he wasn't the owner, he was the boss's boss. He was my Miss M of my current job. But it was Rio who was like, oh honey, you don't know how to make chicken bread? Let me help you. And we went to the store, like the Ingalls Market, and got Breda, just basic bitch non-self-rising flour. The trick is non-self-rising. And then you take that, you mix about a half spoon of seasoning salt, and then redact it, because again, this shit's still company secrets. But it's like, again, that you've got most of what you need, chat. You could go make your own Zaxby's chicken sauce now, or Zaxby's chicken breader if you wanted to. Here's a hot tip. I've never worked at Chicken Full of Hate because I have principles. But, yeah, y'all, the bigoted chicken will actually tell you how to make their shit. Soak the chicken in pickle juice for about 10 minutes, I'd say. 20 minutes if you really want it to have a by-the-sea flavor to it. And then go ahead, and after you've soaked it, dress it up as you're going to dress it, deep fry it or whatever. And there you go. You now have the bigoted chicken that you so crave and are willing to support conversion therapy for it. And for any of you that are willing to support Chicken Full of Hate, understand, while I'm not going to hate you as a person, they're there in their food, I am going to judge you a little bit, tiny bit personally. But it's because, yeah, I'll go without. And I have been that obstinate, oh shit, you are a bit of a crazy person. So let's be clear, Chad, if I'm walking down the side of the road, as I will be tomorrow, I'll be filming a video. I'll possibly be filming 2 videos, once coming in and then once when I get off, because tomorrow's my short day. But when I record my trip home, I feel free. If you live in Georgia, you know where I'm at, and you want to play this game with me, we can play the game. You think I look like I'm dying of dehydration? You pull up with Chick-fil-A, I will pour that shit out. I will say politely twice, I don't want it, no thank you. I don't support that establishment, I would rather die, thank you. But if you, Jesus says you need it, and put it in my hands, at that point, I will literally throw it on the ground and say thank you, but kindly fuck off, and continue walking. sorry, I have principles, and if I go to put that disgusting rancid rat chicken in my mouth, all I'm going to be thinking is, how many homosexual children killed themselves in that gay conversion camp? How many little girls cut themselves thinking about how they're just not good enough for Jesus and how they wish they didn't love the person they loved? How many trans kids have rode the handsome, as the phrasing from Stephen King's book goes? You're funding that. Enjoy funding that. I couldn't do that and look at myself in the mirror. To quote the blue fellow with the... another hot take of mine, y'all, I didn't care for Enterprise that much. I mean, it's a decent Star Trek show. It's alright. It's just, I didn't care for it. And, yeah, I think his name was Tran. I'm not positive. I've lost the name over the years. He was one of the, or he is one of the iconic actors from Star Trek. He also played the I need to go back and rewatch Star Trek, y'all. Clearly, I'm not living up to my Trekkie fame. Fuck, I have the DVDs behind me. I could find this out. I did it for Urban. I should do it for him. It's only fair. Give a minute. I'm safe in my base.
We live in a world where everything is connected, but so many of us feel completely alone. Traditional community structures...
I'm going to go ahead and shut that down for a second because I'm in the process and YouTube makes my phone run like shit. Also, around the 56-minute mark, I've had no viewers so far. Teardrop sad, but I'm still playing out to this empty arena, y'all. Why? Principles. A little bit of craziness. Give me a minute. Okay. Let's go with cast. God, I love John Billingsley. Ah, crap. What was Archer's rival's name? Because the problem is he's one of those characters that he had so much makeup. Brent Spiner was in Enterprise? Oh yeah, duh. No, he played the Doctor in it, right? I know Star Trek recycles their cat. Jeffrey Combs. Jeffrey Combs is the one I'm thinking of, I think. It's just hard to figure out without, like... Also, Jeffrey Dean Morgan as Xindi Reptilian. That'd be kind of cool to see. That's the other thing is, and don't get me wrong, I understand why they do it, because, like, actors age, it's nice to show. When you're showing a show that's as old as from... Oh, God. Oh, God, where'd the time go? When you're showing a show that's 24 years old, maybe show me what the actors looked like in the thing. Oh, for fuck's sake, I'm not going to be able to give you his name just because I can't. Not Trill. Triller, the alien host species. He was the blue guy, not Tellarite. I don't remember. Either way, I've gotten so far off topic now. But I'm sort of like his character when Archer asked him, well, why are you helping us? I want to be able to sleep at night, pink-skinned. I'm like him. It's not a matter of I like or dislike, I agree or disagree. It's just a matter of I can't do something that's that fundamentally open-faced evil and live with myself. I just can't. I have enough trouble living with myself knowing what my own country does in order to... Give you an example, y'all. I have a box full of cell phones. I have a box full of cell phones, with the hope that eventually I'll be able to repair one or two at a time. They have broken screens, or they got wet. Now they would be completely unusable because they're so outdated that the systems wouldn't work. But the reason why is I realized that my cell phone might as well come with the picture of about 4 little children on it that died providing the base minerals that I need to make it. It sickens me every time I have to get a new phone. I genuinely, it hurts my feelings a little when I break my phone or fuck up my phone. I mean, there's a reason that I got a cracked screen and I'm still using that phone. One, I'm poor, so I can't just upgrade. But two, I mean, it's still functioning. Why would I replace it yet? I'll replace it as soon as it's non-functional. And actually, I kind of got a workaround, thank you, whoever lost their phone on the side of 61. It was functioning, it did not have a SIM card, and I checked it, it doesn't have anything personal on it. It also wasn't locked, so, mine. Again, y'all, I make jokes. If someone comes up to me and, hey, I heard you found a phone, can I look at it? Oh my god, that's my phone. If you can tell me the case I found on it, I will genuinely give you your phone back. I want to be a good person, y'all, and I think that everyone should want that. Fundamentally, I think that's what makes us people. I think that's what makes us human and good people. And yeah, I know what you're about to... Well, look, J.D. Vance, they just want to be good people. No, they don't. They want to be comfortable people. I would rather be good than be comfortable, and that's... I don't quite know how to say that one other than it's a vibe. You are or you're not. I mean, that one comes down to Robert Sapolsky's book, Behave, which, as soon as I hear back from Penguin Audio, or Penguin Publishing, I will do a thing on it. If they make me wait much longer, I might just ask my lawyer for a, hey, can I have a bonus question since I'm paying you so much for fighting my uncle? And admittedly, it's not that much for a lawyer to be making. I'm very happy he's helping me. But if he happens to know it, I would just like to know copyright law, since I have the book, I own the book, I've read the book. It was honestly, Robert Sapolsky, if some reason you're hearing this or listening to this, thank you, you made me into a better person. I was a much worse person before reading your books, because I was a very much... destiny, and I was very much on the side of, well, there isn't a Christian God, but there's surely, wood spirits and such. His book and Diagrams of the Brain, and particularly A Primate's Memoir, as well as others, it got me out of that mindset, and I cannot thank him enough for it. Because honestly, the woo-woo mindset is fine in a vacuum. The problem is we're not in a vacuum, and half the time that woo-woo mindset leads to conspiracy theorists, which leads to worse things. Bad outcomes for all. And I'm not saying don't have magic in your world, you know. If you want to do it, I'm not gonna yuck you yum. I try not to as best I can, you know. But at the same time, don't try to put your yum on me. I'll be polite as much as I can be, but I have a very short fuse nowadays. It's a byproduct of all the death and destruction that's being openly ignored around me. I mean, let's be clear. The last 4 YouTube videos talked about how Trump hit Iran. What's the death toll? Did anyone else catch that death toll? I've heard a lot about, oh God, there might be sleeper cells. I've heard a lot about, what this is going to mean for the economy, and how many people died? How many Iranians did Trump just fucking murder? How many scientists that their only goddamn crime was, hey, I would like to bring nuclear energy to my region. That way we can have good electrical grids and powers that'll both help the planet and my people. How many of those did our country just murder? Forsake to let some of the world's biggest fucking narcissists spank themselves and be happy. I said that wrong. Whack themselves and be happy. Because again, they don't care. They're not good people. That's the thing. it's, again, I could do this, and I don't like being this person, but we need like a, no, 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 that needs to die, and I'll try to approach it in a different way later. Either way, there's a creepypasta from way back in the day that was two men wake up across from each other strapped to chairs with one arm free that can reach a table. The table has a gun on it. As both men wake up and look at each other, they start to talk and try to figure out what's going on. And then a voice comes on as a timer gets set. And the voice tells them, oh, by the way, that timer, that's gonna basically go detonate an explosive device underneath both of your chairs. That is, unless, and you can see that both men's heartbeats are beeping along on the monitors, that is, unless one of you dies here. We'll let you pick. And then the people are just sitting there talking to each other, back and forth, and it's one of those, one of them finally makes the decision of, okay, fine, I don't want to die, but I'll die so that we can live. And the other guy was more than willing to go with it. And then he finds out, sorry for yawning, but then he finds out that the guy who basically did it was the one orchestrating the experiment. It was a trap. Basically, you admitting that you're willing to kill somebody so that you can continue living is the sign you shouldn't be allowed to continue living. Now, I'm not that much of an extreme person, because that would also mean that, like, cannibals of any sort should be disposed of. And no, I mean, there's a reason that cannibalism isn't illegal. And it's not the kooky fun, oh no, that's because the government has cannibals that are eating children. No, it's because if your plane wrecks in a bad area, which there are a lot of bad areas in the U.S. and everywhere else, you might have to eat the dead bodies of the other passengers in order to survive. Do you think you should go to prison for that afterwards? I don't. But that's the thing. There's a difference between, oh God, I did something and I didn't mean to. I know what's going to happen. I don't care. Those people aren't people to me. And let's be clear, with the NPC conspiracies and I used to enjoy the idea of, oh, it's simulation theory. But no, y'all, with that whole culture going around, we can't allow ourselves to indulge in that fantasy. People are people. All of us are people. That crazy MAGA dipshit you know? Yeah, that's a people. I mean, by all means, we should try to correct where necessary, and if they commit crimes of a heinous nature, i.e., running down a black man in a vehicle just to shoot him with a shotgun for the horrid crime of exercise. Oh, do y'all not remember that story? It happened back about 4 years ago now. There was a black man who was jogging through a neighborhood, and two white boys rolled up on him in their car and shot him dead because they thought he was, and I quote, stealing things and looking suspicious. The right wing tried to make the story different by saying, oh no, but he was running with a television set. That's weird, right? He wasn't. He was just jogging. The white people said that they thought he might be getting ready to steal from the neighborhood, so the equally racist news report said he was carrying something like that. Yeah, both of them went to prison in the Biden administration. They were set to spend a good long time in the jail for murder. Not anymore, thanks to Trump. Aren't y'all happy that we got a racist in now? Because I'm just saying, if you voted for him and you're not actively out there protesting him now, I'm going to assume you're happy to have a racist and a bigot in office. I'm going to assume that you're happy that, you know, he's now jeopardized the lives of most American civilians. Because I also heard, I've seen it on Google, Trump helped to push an Iranian-Israeli peace treaty that's going to go into... Y'all, we've had peace treaties between Gaza and Israel. Israel always breaks their peace treaties. I mean, again, this is to be absolutely clear, because apparently we live in that timeline. Jewish people, cool people, no judgment. Could be good, could be bad. Jewish people are people. IDF soldiers, Israeli people, as in people that support the country of Israel, the people that support the IDF, those are bad people, and I personally hope we don't have to deal with them for much longer. Because they always break their deals, they're happy to murder kids, they are just terrible, terrible people. But I'm also one of the few Americans that's got the balls to say that. Most of them won't because, you know, they're scared. And I don't blame you. If you're in fucking the Middle East anywhere, I would be scared of the IDF too. They'll fucking murder you. I mean, shit, you can say the U.S. military is a cruel military, and I'll say we are. But I've never heard tale of the U.S. military telling their people to... I mean, we had an incident right now with the L.A. peaceful protests. The police were one of the few that were being the non-peaceful. Did they target children and shoot for kneecaps specifically? Did they target members of the media and aim for headshots specifically? Because if not, I'm sorry y'all, the IDF is even crueler and more wild than the U.S. military. And even wilder than that, they're even crueler than the U.S. police force. So it's like, wow, right? Just saying, y'all, it's not anti-Semitic to point that out. And while I wouldn't go as far as to say I'm anti-Semitic, because I don't have a problem with Jewish people. I don't have a problem with temples. I don't have a problem with their religion outside of I think it's outdated and dumb. But let's be clear, I think that about almost all... Why did you vanish? Oh, the zombie in the boat. But, yeah, I think most religions are dumb. I mean, I think some of them have good teaching tools in them, like Native American religions, and I hate that I have to say it that broadly, but, yeah, they were a wide array of various beliefs. But it's like, those hold some lessons. Hell, all this stuff holds some kind of lessons, but it's like, how much shit are you willing to sift through to get to a lesson? I think the very outdated, sexist, shitty book is a very bad, outdated, sexist, shitty book. And if most people read it within context of how it was written, they probably wouldn't love it as much. Well, it's sort of like how every church brings up Jesus talking about love thy neighbor, you know, ye without sin first stone. They don't often bring up the time that the phrase pearls among swine, which has fallen out of the common vernacular, but it did exist there once. And the phrase pearls from swine comes directly from a biblical quote where she wasn't Muslim, she was something else. But one of the other denominations that wasn't Gentile or Jew back then comes to Jesus asking him to heal her sick child. And Jesus said to her, "Oh, but kind woman, my time amongst you is limited, and to spend my time in limited," I don't think he said power, but he said something else, "healing this child would be like casting pearls among swine." And then he left and didn't heal the kid, because the kid wasn't one of Jesus's people. Jesus had people, let's be clear. He wasn't I'm a savior for all of... No. Because he didn't consider the other groups human. If you weren't Jewish at the very least, or at least close to it being a Gentile, you weren't human to him. Native Americans? Nope, Jesus would have killed them just as much. Black folks? Guys, do I need to remind you that some of the denominations of Christendom call your black flesh the mark of Cain? I mean, and again, this isn't adding you. I don't agree with them. I disagree with their stupid Bronze Age book. I'm just saying I don't understand why so many Southern Baptist preachers are black. Considering, you know, according to that book, you should shut the fuck up and go back to being, you know. And I disagree. Why don't you disagree? Like I said, it's a scary world we live in. But we've gotten a good bit done in here, at least I feel. All my jars are full. I'm getting ready to go out and plant some more wheat. And I guess this is why nobody ever comes to my live show. Sad face, teardrop. Well, for one, I'm not on all the social medias. Honestly, if I did what like Hannah and some of the better streamers than me did, I'd probably have a bigger audience right now. But I post on YouTube, hey y'all, going live today. And then I go live at some point. We'll have a much more intact schedule when it comes to like, see, here's the problem, y'all. I do have the ops is the common vernacular today, right? I have motherfuckers that would happily run me down with a car and leave me for dead. That is like the only reason that I don't post, hey y'all, I'm about to leave work, just finishing up dishes now. Something like that. The reason I don't do that is because I know if I give, well, let's name and shame. If I give some of my piece of shit problems I decided not to name and shame. If I give some of my haters about an hour's worth of time to get on my route, yeah, I know for a fact at least one of them would be crazy enough to drive into the ditch to hit me with their car. I just hope, being that they stole $60,000 from the last time someone hit and ran me, they would realize, yeah, it's gonna hurt, but do make sure that car kills me. I'm one of the few humans can say I've been run over twice and not died. And for the record, I don't think that makes me special. I think that makes me lucky. I got lucky that one of them that hit me got my bicep in at the joint, and I ripped the mirror off, absorbing some of that impact, rather than taking the brunt of the grill to the body. And the other time I was on the car, so when it finally, like, came to a halt, well, one of the other times I was on the car, so math was on my side. Yeah, Georgia's a crazy place. Y'all got crazy places, we got crazy places. I think the biggest thing is just my obstinate refusal to, look, I'm like the soft-sits. I'm just not a jackass about it in the sense of I have the right to travel where I will, so I will travel as I may. I'm just not stupid, and since I know how to read, I know that, yeah, that sovereign citizen nonsense is nonsense, because of course you need a god-dang driver's license to drive a god-dang car. Duh. Because again, how else would the world function in their minds? In their minds, do they think you can just, oh, there's someone getting ready to break into that young lady's house. Hey, raper, no raping. Oh, darn. You silly kid, you caught me, damn it. And then they wander off? No. Fuck you. That's not how the world works. And if it did work that way, my God, how much better would it be? But I mean, hell, do you know the number of times? Okay, give you an example. G, the dipshit I work with. He melted a spatula into the deep fryer a few weeks back, or a couple days back. If it weren't for my boss and I having the good sense to change that, the original plan on his part, oh well, we got it out, and we were just going to make chicken with plastic and carcinogens in them. And even after I explained that to him, he didn't care, because, well, I'm not going to eat it then. Why should I care? Do I have to explain why a society can't exist if it's a society based on, fuck you, I got mine, why didn't you get yours? I'm just saying that's not a society anyone wants to live in, because no one's ever safe in that society. Even the richest amongst you, you're only safe so long as you have that money in your physical possession. Oh, and for the record, kind of call to action a little bit here. Guys, I would start, like, maybe not all your money, but I'd funnel a good chunk of your money out the banks and, like, start keeping it closer. Maybe in silver dollars or something like that, but something that's solid that ain't gonna just deteriorate over time. I'm not saying it because I want to. I'm saying it because if crypto becomes a thing, then all of our market becomes sus at that point. And I'm just saying they can like, I could foresee Walmart or Target or Ingles developing their own little, oh, these are our Wally bucks. If you want to buy that bag of cat litter with our Wally bucks, that'll be $10. Oh, you want the bag of cat litter without Wally bucks? Well, that'll be $90. Because they'll be able to. I mean, even right now, go to, and I haven't been to one in years, so these are very outdated prices. But go to the country club over in Rome and go get you a tea time. If you're a member, about $10, maybe free if you're a new member or you've been a member for a while. But if you're just, you know, bland, basic bitch member, $5, $10. You can get your tea time, go out there and have fun. If you're not a member, that'll be about $107. What? Excuse you? Oh, would you like to become a member today? To become a member is only $30 a month. That number was completely out of my ass at the time I was a student in high school, so I got the student membership. They basically, as long as I wore my school uniform while I was there, and I didn't mind to point out how Woodland High School student loved using their green to practice, I could practice there for free. I mean, it was the early 2000s, so there was a slight chance I'd end up getting into a fist fight with the other school like we were in some kind of fucking anime, but the chances were low, but not a zero. I've been in a couple tussles just because I was on a different team than the other ones. Can I just say how happy I am that we're only poisoned by plastic now and not lead? Because, yeah, plastic poisoning seems to be doing something to us that's not good at all. But at least we're not as openly violent as the old days. Then again, in ways we are a little bit more violent, I guess. Because, yeah, while I might be carrying an extra putter just in case I need to use it as a damn club, I never had to worry about getting shot. Never in all my days of going to school did I ever worry that, oh no, today's going to be the day that quiet kid brings the gun in. Mostly because, one, I was that quiet kid, and also, I was friends with a lot of those quiet kids. I made a habit of it. Y'all, just for the record, you can still be a dick for or you can be a nice person for self-preservation reasons. Here's the thing, the crazed gunmen, most of the time they aren't going to gun down the person that was super sweet to them. Unless they're planning on dying. If they're planning on dying, then yeah, all bets are off. They're just going for bodies. But if they're actually there to like, oh, I am a holy avenger, well then yeah, they're not going to shoot the person that was nice to them. I'm not saying that's the reason you should be nice to everyone. I'm just saying... I'm saying that's the reason America needs to have mental health care. Really, that's the reason why I'm saying America needs to truly flex on the world right now and give not only universal health care to all citizens of the United States and all visitors to the United States, but universal health care comes with both dental and psychological help. Because that's the thing, Kanakistan, you Canadians, Canada, shaking fist to sky as he screams it, y'all might have good universal health care, but you still don't get to see a dentist. You still got them fucked up British teeth. Which, by the way, I don't think Americans can make fun of the British's teeth anymore. Not with how Americans look, not with how most Americans look. Like I said, I think we should be playfully mean, not fucking mean. And part of being playfully mean is when you realize you're hitting a nerve or you're hurting a person, you stop. Because that's the thing, y'all. I want people to laugh along with me and to learn and love, to maybe change who they are a little bit when they realize how the world sees them. But for the record, I never want you to fundamentally be a different person than who you are. Oh, Lord, I'm tired. But that comes with the territory. Like, I mean, for the record, fishing is a terribly cruel sport. Those fish do have feelings similar to other animals. But most people didn't grow up learning this. To most people, they're just slimy, strange creatures that flop about and die fairly quickly when you pull them out of the water. And if you're, I guess, the type that enjoys it, they have a pleasant taste. So you don't think about it all that much. But if I painted the picture of you taking a bit of meat and taking a fish hook and hooking a puppy in the face and dragging it down the street for a few feet before laughing about it, taking a picture with the poor mangled animal and then throwing it back into the road, yeah, you'd feel a certain type of way about my analogy, wouldn't you? Fish have the same amount of feelings. They just don't have pretty privilege. I mean, a lot of it comes down to that, though, y'all. I mean, hell, the main reason most Americans are cool with saying kill all Iranians is because, I say most, I'd like to think it's not most. I mean, none of them are doing anything big to actually stop it other than the No Kings protest, which, that's nice, but is it a free Palestine protest? No, it's just, we don't want to be bossed by you. No, it's because most people don't see God. I can say that one successfully. Most people in America don't see Gazans as people. We see them as those things. We see them as those things over there. We see them as inconvenient. And part of that's also the burnout of just, there's nothing we can really do about it. Because, I mean, seriously, you can fundraise. Your funds will be waiting in a bank account until after Gaza's become a part of Israel. But you can put money in a bank account and wait. Some people do that to feel better. I mean, you can continue adding to the amputee parts and things like that Greta Thunberg and the rest of the group are trying to take to there in the Freedom Flotilla. It's not going to make it. You'll get stopped. And worse than getting stopped, you'll likely get stopped and harassed or possibly murdered. But that's why it's kind of hopeless and why I try not to fall into the doom side of it, you know? All we can do is what we can do, and what we can do is not much. Best thing I can say us do is not stop talking about it. Because, yeah, that's the main thing I hear from people. Why don't you just stop worrying about it? Stop talking about it. Is that the secret? If we all just stop talking about it, suddenly Netanyahu will grow a soul and a spine and stop murdering children like it's a sport? Oh, no, they'll keep doing that, but you won't feel as bad about the fact that we're backing that. I get it. I disagree, but I get it. I mean, hell, I gotta put my mind in a separate space when I butcher animals. Because in my mind, I'm thinking very empathetically. This was a creature that lived, had hopes, had dreams, had wants and aspirations. And now, well, hell, it might be that creature, it might be that creature's sibling that I'm holding in my hand. I just know I'm taking this knife, slicing it up better so these fat fucks can take 2 bites of it and throw it away. Because they weren't hungry, they were bored. As I said, I try to be nice, y'all, and I am going to try to pull, like, the fat shaming out of my thing, because, look, I know for some people your weight is not your choice, but for some people it is. Oh, I'm calling you fat. I've called skinny people fat. It kind of depends on your attitude. Gluttonous would be a better term. And that ain't like most of the people that I've known that are on the obese side of the spectrum, they don't overindulge. they don't do those things. It is just genuinely like a imbalance thing going on in their system. But hey, we got the first part of the dig-in base built. Now all we gotta do is fix the eternal darkness that is the base. But for now, we're at an hour 30. We're gonna make it a shorter stream since no one showed up to play. Teardrop, sad face, but oh well. I don't expect it in my video gaming streams. There's not much to see, especially in Minecraft. But it's there for the background. After I get a bit of hydration, walk the dogs, do a quick sweep and mop, we'll be back for Saints Row, Saints Leso on hard, or we'll be back for The Last of Us. We've readjusted the brightness and such, so maybe I'll be able to read the extra content. Honestly, that's what I'm waiting for to get fixed, because Last of Us is one of those serious games. Sorry for the yawn. Hell, we might do some Assassin's Creed. It's been a minute since we've been to Ithaca, and I'm pretty good at that one. Assassin's Creed is fun. But alright, y'all. Either way, y'all be good, stay safe, endure and survive together. And if you're watching this in the past, please do like and subscribe if you liked it. Y'all be good. We'll see you next time.